Hello, and thank you so much for clicking on this Metro Caring Leaders in Learning video. I am your Leaders in Learning host, Joy Concepcion. For many years now, when a community member has come to Metro Caring for our free fresh foods market, they have also been able to come in and get information on important resources in the community. And our organization has grown and shifted over the years to come more in alignment and solidarity with our community. And our methods of providing these resources have also changed with a focus on inclusive and equitable community connections. In this program, a community member is able to sit down one-on-one with a connector who's there to listen to their needs and help them to connect to appropriate resources. In today's vidcast, join us as we have a great conversation with our Community Connections team, Lucor Jordan and Gerardo Gamboa. And we'll have a chance to learn about their experience in serving the community through a perspective based in solidarity rather than charity. Hey everybody, welcome to another vidcast here with the Metro Caring crew, and I'm really excited to have this conversation with our Community Connections team right here. So yeah, Gerardo, would you like to introduce yourself and the core as well?
My name is Gerardo Gamboa. I am the Community Development Team Lead here. I help run the front end at Metro Caring and also run the connection team here at Metro Caring.
Awesome, thank you.
My name is Lucor Jordan. I'm on the community development team here at Metro Caring, and a lot of my work has focused around connecting with local small business owners and entrepreneurs, as well as community organizations and anchor institutions to kind of help to bridge those community entrepreneurs with exciting opportunities to help them scale up their businesses, as well as, I think, just internally exploring ways that we can align our utilization of our internal resources, our space, our spending, things like that, in alignment with, I guess, the principles of a solidarity economy.
Awesome. Thank you. And since I didn't say it yet, I am Joy Concepcion. My pronouns are she, her, ella. And I am the head of training and acceleration. So I have the beautiful opportunity to help spread learning everywhere. So just to get started and to move forward with our learning, today we're going to be talking a little bit about the shifting that our organization, Metro Caring, has done over the past decade in moving from a charity model, really fully entrenched in what it means to be a charity, and going on a journey to somewhere where we're in solidarity with the community. We like to call it a solidarity model, but it's kind of more like a journey. There's the destination is always moving before us. So to just get started with that, I would love to know if you could kind of talk with me about how you would define the reality of the charity model in the work that you specifically do. And what it feels like for our community to be receiving charity. And also we can go into what does solidarity look like as well?
I mean, to me, being a solidarity model versus a charity model is, instead of working for our community, is bringing them, working alongside them, and also knowing that there's going to be teaching moments on both sides of this model, coming in, learning what somebody needs, learning what, their culture and their family size is and what their needs are, and how we work together to get them what they need here at Metro Caring. As a result, this does create a little bit of extra work with community, but it's valued work because we understand and we build a rapport with community by taking a little bit of extra time to understand their situation, what their culture needs, what they need to survive. And, also, bringing along our culture and sharing our culture with them and making sure that they understand, sometimes our cultures might overlap where we have connections with each other, and some things that might not overlap, and where we might need understanding from them to understand, exactly what they need. And also with that, you deepen the understanding and the bond that you create with this community member and the relationship that you build with them. Um, you know, at the end of the day, when we do this, we extend the the relationship and make sure that it's something that grows with the community. Um, so to me, that's what a solidarity model is. So
Yeah.
the core.
Yeah, I think I guess kind of like adding to that fantastic explanation, I see sort of like the difference between the solidarity and the charity model as in a charity model, you're operating from this perception that communities are coming from a deficit, coming from being broken, coming from having been damaged either from redlining, from uh, occupational segregation, from all of these different things that are, part of the root cause work that we do here at Metro Caring. But with a charity model, you're saying because these things happened, these members of the community need help and they need someone to decide what that help looks like.
Mm.
Because there's this presumption from a charity mindset that you're in a better place to decide what's important than a person with the lived experience navigating those experiences of hunger, those experiences of housing insecurity, like all of the different things that reflect why someone may come to Metro Caring. In a solidarity model, you kind of shift that. You recognize that communities aren't inherently a source of deficit. Community is actually where resources originate, where all of the
Mm-hmm.
skills, the talent, the wealth, that's where it is. That's why large companies want to get into communities. They want to harvest the talent, they want to harvest the passion, they want to harvest the resources, the potential. And so in solidarity, you're, as you talk to people, as you connect, you're looking at how can we weave together what we have, which we know is strong, into what we need, which is already abundant. And, placing that expertise in my opinion, where it belongs, in the hands of the people who are are along this journey with us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's so interesting. As we're along this journey, I wonder if you could paint the picture a little bit for me of maybe some of the practices that we did as an organization in times past before we had entered in on this journey and how that would be really different than our practices now.
I think looking back in the past when I first maybe started working with Metro Caring as a volunteer, we we had something similar to our community connector team, but it was called the
Mhm.
Community Navigators. And
Mhm.
it was someone who would meet with members of the community before their shopping trip to kind of explore resources in the community, be they like state resources, other nonprofits. But it was a required meeting. So every time you came in for a shopping trip, whether the last time was useful, whether you even had any other questions or curiosities, you had to come and sit down with this person who would, you know, try to talk to you, maybe sometimes just talk at you, which was some of the
Mm.
feedback we received that, we also have had a lot to learn with our language justice journey. And so in the past, there have been situations where because of not being ready to meet someone where they were and connect with them in the language of their heart, that resource navigation ended up being a, a space where meaningful communication wasn't happening. And it was
Mm.
just a process that had to be followed. And I feel like that idea that value is irrelevant, like how valuable something is to the person that is on the receiving end of charity isn't part of the equation. It's just, a decision to provide it and to, in fact, see someone as ungrateful or undeserving if they don't want something that they know won't
Work for
help them
them.
meet the goals that they have identified based on, their intelligence, their experiences, their positionalities.
Yeah. That's so important. It sounds like we are being more efficient by taking more time in a lot of ways, but it's not just about efficiency. It's also about value and dignity, right?
Yeah,
And I
I
think
think, oh, yeah, go ahead, please.
so. I think, you know, when we talk about dignity, I think it's when a community member is to come in and not necessarily be put in that process of seeing a navigator. They have the choice. If they need those resources, they have the choice to pick if they see a navigator. Well, community connector now, as we shifted the name. And connectors have more time because not everyone needs to meet with
Mhm.
the connector. We can sit down and expand with what they need
Mhm.
and actually have an intentional conversation with community.
Yeah. I think it reflects a commitment now that I'd say we hold very close as kind of like a operational value, which is co-equality. That,
Mhm.
when we sit down in a room with is it a community connection? Is it with a community entrepreneur or small business owner? We're we're approaching that from being, eye to eye, and we're listening. We're informing the value of those community connection meetings with the feedback we receive so that we're constantly improving. So
Mhm.
we're we're doing our best to hold space to make it as much a space of learning for us as for anyone that we're in that space with. And so that, we're one of our other values, we're rising together.
Mhm.
So I think we hear a lot from community coming back, letting us know what they've received or how we help them. One being, I know one of them was a community member came in, had just got evicted,
Mhm.
and we found her resources, found her information about tiny homes. The next couple weeks, she came in and let us know that she was able to get one of these tiny homes and move in and not be on the streets and not living in her car. Another one is a community member coming in and one of our new community members coming in and bringing in his actual social security card to show it to the
Thanks.
connector that helped them get that social security card.
Yeah.
And that helps us know that what we're doing is helping community and making us all you know
Mhm.
rise together.
Yeah. I wonder if one of you could share an example that you've had of that rising together and of a moment where maybe a connection was made and you heard about it later.
And I think for me, it's ever since I started as a volunteer here at Metro Caring back in 2018, seeing how often someone might have come to Metro Caring to visit our market, but over the process of time and years kind of, like shifted into a volunteer, into a
Mhm.
community leader, into, like deeper spaces where it's more than just, like coming and shopping, coming and meeting with a navigator back then or a community connector now, but really seeing this as a place, as a community, as a potential that people want to get behind. And,
Yeah.
like, because solidarity is a an invitation, it's not a like mandate.
Hmm.
We want to be in solidarity, but that means that someone has to want to be in solidarity with us. And I think
Wow.
seeing that we hold a space that results in, that reality, I feel like to me is very powerful.
And also I think what you were speaking on to Lucor is that solidarity model of community knowing we were in the same space you're at,
Mhm.
and we started coming here for the food, became a volunteer. I know I'm in that space because I did start coming here for food. Later on I came as a volunteer, and now I'm a staff member.
Mhm. Yeah, I think that is amazing. And it just goes to show that that time and effort put into that mutual support can absolutely go full circle, does go full circle. And the person that we're talking with about their situation and helping them, to navigate a hard times and hard things, then pays it forward towards other people, then coming and being involved in doing the same thing, maybe even the same thing for us.
Yeah. I think one more thing that just popped into my mind quite a while ago, someone reached out and they were doing interviews with different nonprofits that were engaging in, grassroots economic development, connecting with individuals in community. And as we were talking to this person, they were interviewing us. Towards the end of the interview, they shared that we were the first organization that highlighted relationship building.
Huh,
And I was kind of thinking, how do you do the work that, you're saying you're doing if
right.
you aren't holding space to get to know, to build trust, to build a
Mhm.
relationship with the person who's sitting in the room with you?
Yeah.
And yeah, I think that's really, really telling that for some for some spaces that's an extra that is cut for the sake of time, for the sake of
Mhm.
efficiency. But I don't know. I know that I wouldn't I wouldn't want to trust someone with the future of my family, the future of my business, who didn't have the
Mhm.
time to get to know me.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, I think as we're wrapping up our conversation, I'm curious if you might explore a little bit about, we talked about how the charity mindset is really set within a deficit view. What's the opposite of that? What's the perspective that we should have in developing a solidarity mindset?
I think I'd like to shout out one of my favorite applied scholars, Eve Tuck, and her um, term, or a term that she wrote about that I was introduced to, is a desire-based model. So instead of looking at someone from the outside being the expert to say what people should want, what a community should want, it's stepping back and recognizing that the lived experiences that a person carries give them the expertise that has to be honored to know what is important. So knowing that what they want is most likely the best roadmap toward a more equitable future.
Ah, that's beautiful. Gerardo, did you have any thoughts as we're wrapping up?
Uh, that was really beautiful. I don't think I could add anything to it.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, I have loved spending this little bit of time talking with the two of you. I admire you both so much in the work you do, and I just want to celebrate how supportive it is for all of us together as we're building this community hand in hand. So, thank you guys so much.
Yeah, thank you so much. It was a real pleasure.
Yeah. Bye.
Thank you so much for spending a little while with us today learning about our work. I hope you found it nourishing. Please take some time to join the conversation by letting us know in the comments below what food means to you, and share this video with someone who is hungering for the kind of work we do. To learn more about us, you can go to our website, metrocaring.org, and be sure to check out other videos about our community right here. We'll see you next time.